Hi, I'm Vicki Wells. I'm the Director of Student Services here at Edison Central Supervisory Union, and we have been involved with the VIM grant for the last 5 years.
I'm Jan Willey, Associate Superintendent at Addison Central, and I was going to say what Vicki just said. We've been involved with this grant for 5 years, and I'm going to actually start by indicating one of our biggest challenges, and that was that during our first year, the expectation was that we would implement all parts of VIM, and it was just way too much for us. And what I would say about that is because we were the first school or school district implementing, the state was very responsive in listening to our concerns.
I would agree. I think we went back and forth a lot with the state around the number of days, the amount of training that we needed to do within the first year. And this could have gone in a number of different directions, and the state took our feedback and was able to really rework the way that they were going about doing the training in order to better meet our needs as well as the needs of other schools and supervisory unions.
Great. Can you please cover the benefits that VIM's had for ACSU and or schools within ACSU?
I can start. I think the biggest overall benefit that it has had is it really has made us take a fine-tooth comb and carefully look at our systems of services for all students. We have now PBIS being implemented in 5 of our 7 elementary schools. We're looking at RTI in terms of academics as well, and it has really increased the shared knowledge among administrators and staff.
What's been really interesting this year is because Vicki's been without an Associate Director of Student Services, we actually are paying one of our building level administrators to be the coach for VIM. And our ACSU leadership team meets every month. 1 month we talk about PBIS and principal shared data with each other. The next month we talk about the academic side of RTI, and we share Ames Web data, NECAP data, interventions that have been successful. And we're currently identifying Tier 2 interventions that our schools have in common. Additionally, a couple of schools are trying out some new interventions that their colleagues don't know about. So in April, we'll be sharing that information as well.
And I think one of the biggest benefits that I think we learned about sort of by happenstance was that in order for us to move as far forward as we had with the implementation of VIM, we have really had to spend a lot of time and energy focusing on our educational support teams. And my recommendation for any school moving forward is that they have a solid educational support team that really can take a look at the data and what's happening on a student-specific level, on a classroom level, as well as on a school-wide level. And the second step that we took was to implement the PBIS, because the combination of the foundation of the educational support team along with a great discipline system in place has really allowed all of the pieces to come together.
And I think we were really a pretty big responsive classroom district. And I know people were concerned, well, how is PBIS going to fit? And it's been a wonderful opportunity to get the two to work together and to have teachers understand that.
And what do you see as the next frontier in the future for ACSU?
I think when I look forward, there are still some pieces that we need to really still work on. I think we still have some ESTs that we need to tighten up. We have a lot of work around literacy and math to still put in place. We've got some targeted and some intensive levels of intervention that we need to put in place for both academics and behavior. And I think our biggest step forward is really bringing all of our elementary schools on board. We're looking at this at the pre-K level also, and really aligning our pre-K through 6 system. Then the following step would be pre-K through 8, and then the final step would be pre-K through 12.
And I would just add to that that we had 2 brand new principals this year, so it's been a challenge and a lot of fun to bring them into the fold and on board. And I'm really happy to realize that they'll probably be here for a good many years, and that's a good thing for us.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'm Jessica Hinton, and I'm the school guidance counselor at Newport Town School. I just looked down, didn't I? Can I do that again?
So My name is Shannon Charlin. I'm a 6th grade teacher at Newport Town School. This is my first year in the classroom. Previously, I was a special ed teacher for 10 or 11 years prior to this year. We have been a universal PBIS school now for
This is your second year?
2 years, and we are now a integrated VIMS school as well. The trainings that we've been having have really required us to be more intentional with data and using the data to drive and focus our instruction, looking at targeted and intensive levels, as well as looking and evaluating our core program. And as a result of the evaluation on our core program, we have adopted new programs and new strategies which seem to have benefited our students based on the data that we've collected through the Ames web and other measures.
Okay. Recording.
I'm Bob Kern, Superintendent of Schools, North Country Supervisory Union in Newport, Vermont. I just wanted to say that the VIMS program has had a significant impact with our student behavior and academic performance. When we can provide more time in the classroom and increase instructional time, we see results. And through PBIS, we're able to reduce our referrals on average about 40%, and our junior high as high as over 55% as compared to last year. So we see great success in modifying student behavior into positive instructional time.
Okay, stop. And what was the question?
So the question is, what are your next steps, or what's the next
What did I say? I'm sorry. I'm just
frontier
like
for?
That you're hoping that some of the goals that we've set
yes.
are in
I'm
place.
hoping that what we've worked at as a team, now our goals, we're going to start putting them in place, at least having those conversations in year 3 and seeing some of those systems start happening.
Great.
Yes.
Yes.
And also taking a look at the math, I think, because we've been focusing on reading, to also look at the math work is important for our school too.
Great. Okay.
Some of the challenges have been when we go to the meetings, there's so much information that comes at you that you can't take it all in. And we were just talking that we don't have time as a school, as a team, to come back and share out what we have just learned at VIM. I think that's one of the big challenges. And even to staff share and to always share with your partners.
But that leads to an opportunity of these cross-grade and cross-field, I guess, chances to get together as a school and look at all of this and discuss it is something new.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges. It's just not being able to share out.
Some of the benefits.
Some of the benefits of being on the VIM team is being given the chance to really look deep at the data and to analyze it and see where our strengths are and where some of our weaknesses are, and seeing the growth of the students over time. And it's also given us a chance to collaborate more with our teaching partners and to celebrate some of the successes that we have made.
Well, and just not at your grade level, but school-wide, being able to sit down with all that data like we did and plug in the percentages and see how we've grown, just not grade-wise, but school-wide.
Yes.
Jean Pratt, Hyde Park Elementary School, first grade teacher, and I have been involved with them for a year now.
And I am Erin Neckers, fourth grade teacher at Hyde Park Elementary, and I've been involved with VIM for about half a year, but the Hyde Park School has been involved for 2 years in VIM.
Great. And you are both part of the leadership team, correct?
Yes.
Great.